Step one is about connecting with sellers. Now, the goal here is to connect with a certain type of seller who could potentially be a motivated seller. And what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to break down the 3 different ways in which we do it, and then the videos below will then go into greater detail on each one. Okay, so to connect with these potential sellers, one way you're going to do it is, and again, I'm going to use numbers here. One would be targeted lists. Okay, so you're going to target certain lists of people that might potentially fit into this category of being a motivated seller. So I'm going to give you some examples. An example might be pre-foreclosure. People that are behind on their mortgage, but they haven't gone to foreclosure yet. They're called pre-foreclosures. This is publicly administered information, and we'll talk more in a different video about where you get this data. Another one would be like an estate sale or a moving sale. These are usually in the form of almost like garage sale ads on the weekends. But people that are moving or people that are having an estate sale, that could lead to the person who owns the property and potentially a motivated seller. So, targeted lists. Now, how would you target these people? Well, now you could try to call them. Estate and moving sales may have phone numbers on there. You might be able to call them. Pre-foreclosures, you can try to call them as well. We'll talk about that. But more importantly, you may want to drive over to the property. You may want to actually physically go over there, especially with a lot of pre-foreclosure, because a lot of their phone numbers are not public information. It's difficult to find their phone number. Okay, so targeted list is the first place. But while you're on the way to go drive to that estate sale, on the way to go to that pre-foreclosure, you may also want to look out for, I call it driving for dollars. There's 3 specific types of these. This would be what we call FSBOs, or for sale by owner signs. This is where you would see a for rent sign. For rent signs are not quite as productive as for sale by owner signs. And the last one would be vacant houses. You may just drive past a vacant house. And so this is another place. So while you're targeting certain lists and you're going from property to property, you may also run into or drive past for sale by owner or for rent, a vacant property, that sort of thing. Okay, and then the third item would be, I'm going to just call it outbound dialing. Outbound dialing. And this is more specifically like Craigslist. This is maybe FSBO.com. And those other such for sale by owner sites. And again, you can even outbound maybe some pre-foreclosures. And so what's going to happen is, whether you're driving to the property, you drive past a property here, or you're outbound dialing, in either situation, you're trying to connect with the owner of the property. Okay? And so in the next upcoming videos just down below here, what you're going to see is I'm going to break down each one of these, okay? I'm going to show you the techniques on what to say to these people, how to approach them, all that great stuff. And then in step 2, we're going to talk about what to ask them. You know, what questions you need to have answered. All right, okay, so that is step 1 on connection, and so we're going to break down in the next videos each one of these in detail.